Welcome to Weighing In Fights and Films. I am Brett the Threat with my cousin and co-host
Jenirose.
Jenirose. And today we are reviewing the movie
Passengers.
Passengers. What'd you think of it?
Honestly, I went into this completely blind. I knew nothing about it.
You didn't watch the trailer?
I did not even watch the trailer.
Wow.
I did that on purpose because this was, it's rare that I go into a movie not knowing a damn thing about it, and I was quite bored.
Bored?
Yes.
Okay.
Very. I basically felt like I was watching two panicky millennials run around on a ship and eventually turn the ship into WALL-E with the plant growing and taking over.
Wow, okay. I watched the trailer and I thought, wow, this is going to be a cool movie, just because it's like, I love science fiction. It's like my favorite genre of all the movies. And I was like, what they gave you in the trailer made it look like a science fiction movie, like a pure thing. And I was just like, this is going to be great. There's the asteroid hit the thing in the beginning and it sets off, it opens up their hibernation chamber, and they got like 150 years left to go of their life, you know what I mean? He's going to die. He's going to die on this ship. And he has to find a way not to die. You know, I was like, this is going to be great.
It was 90 years, by the way.
90 or whatever. Well, I think the whole trip was 150 years or something like that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. They had gone 30 years. So it was 120 because they had gone 30 and they had
She has a
90
math degree.
Yes, I do. Which is another reason I probably didn't like the film, because there was some issues with the physics.
Oh, boy, okay. Well, it's science fiction. Science fiction. But I expected a science fiction movie.
Yeah.
But what this movie really is a chick flick. If you follow chick flick movies, they have a certain like formula that they follow, you know what I mean?
Yep.
At the end of Act 2, they break up and he has to do like a grand gesture to get her back at the end. And it followed it completely. Mm-hmm. So it's a chick flick disguised as a science fiction movie. And
You're
I was
forewarned.
Yes. They had really great ideas, but then in the end it just kind of like, oh, it's a chick flick. Mm-hmm. Okay, so how did you rate it? How did you rate it? Out of our 5-punch rating system, how many punches would you give it?
You know, well, should we go over the 5 punches to let...
Yes, this is our first episode, so
yeah,
most definitely.
So, out of the 5 punches, 5 is like knockout stellar, that's like your favorite, yeah. You're gonna go see that again.
This is my Ronda Rousey punches.
Oh no, you gotta be like doing this.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So cruel.
And then...
I was talking her shadow boxing. Okay.
So then, 4 is like a technical knockout, TKO, or a submission. We can have some play with number 4.
Sure.
And 3, decision, win or loss, depending on how we rank it. And then 2 is a tap out, and then 1 is if you're face down and bloodied, and that is like, boom, yeah. But we also have that little gray area of like throwing the towel in or the ref calling if we just can't sit through a film. We do have that.
I will tap out of some of these chick flick movies, I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, because I'm not a chick flick person either. So yeah, we don't have that basis covered.
Yeah. All right, so how many punches?
Anyway, yeah. So I'm not gonna give it the 1 punch face down and bloody, because it did have some good special effects. It did have some moments where it got a little interesting. They weren't too much, and the bartender Arthur was funny. He was okay, and
I did like him a lot, actually.
I liked the bartender. And then there's a little bright spot when Morpheus comes in, Lawrence Fishburne, and so I won't give it a 1 just because of those little bits, but it is going to be it's going to be a 2 punch for me.
2 punch. It's a tap out.
It's a tap out.
You tell people not to see it.
Don't waste your money in the theaters on this one. Wait for Netflix. Wait for when you need to have a girl on the couch with you or something. I don't know. Just don't see it in the theater.
I was a little less cruel. I think it's 3 punches. I think it's a decision win. Because, you do have Chris Pratt, and you also have Jennifer Lawrence, and Fishburne does show up, so you got some good names in it. But I'm giving it a decision win simply because the effects were really good. They did put a lot of money into the CGI. And the ideas, the science fiction ideas behind it kind of kept me with it. So it wasn't like a horrible film, but in the end it was just a chick flick, so that's why I gave it that.
Yeah.
So there you go. So that's our review of Passengers. Everybody, tell us what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And
to Weighing In Fights and Films. Make sure you...
Yes, subscribe to Weighing In and Fights and Films.
Yeah.
And what's your Instagram?
I can be found on Instagram at Jenirose1, the number 1.
And you can follow me on Twitter, Brett Gilbert USA.